Floss Tube, it's Jen, also known as Quirks and Stitches. It is Sunday, December 15th. Not really the morning, it's the afternoon, but I'm pretending that it still is. And I have got my coffee, and what a week it's been. Those of you that, I don't remember when I last filmed, but the last time I filmed, I talked about the 24 hours of cross-stitch planner that I was working on and going to release and all of that. And so I had hoped to get on here sooner. And then this week was crazy. I ended up a little sick, and I just didn't, and I'm sorry. But we ended up opening an Etsy store. Brandon coached me through it and helped me get over some of my anxiety about it. And we opened an Etsy store last weekend, and I have been completely blown away by you guys and your response and everything. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I created a printable PDF file that is available in my Etsy store, which I will link below, that goes through the 24 hours of cross stitch kind of group. This is mine printed out. I do have a video that kind of shows what the file looks like when before you put it into a binder or however you're gonna make your system. I chose to go disc bound, and it just kind of gives you, if you're a planner person and don't want to have to wait on me, it gives you the availability to know all of the challenges that we're going to be having. I am going to just clarify again, you do not have to purchase in order to be part of the group or the challenges. The things that have been available for free already this last year will continue to be. So the acrostic, the calendar, the holiday calendars, those will still be released in the group. They just won't be released until about, a few days before the month. So if you feel like you really want to plan and you're somebody that's like, I just want to know what's going to be happening and I've got, ideas, I just want to be able to get everything down, this is available to you to get so that you have the whole year already. It also does come with other things. So it has things set up for each month that you can highlight your month, you can do your calendars, you can do your cross stick, you can recap your month. There's just a bunch of things. There's also weekly printables to kind of organize and remember what you've been stitching throughout the week. So there's some different options in there. There are over, I think, 85 pages to print. So if it's something you're interested in, check out my Etsy shop. I cannot thank everyone that has purchased enough. Thank you for understanding how my head works and for, just kind of taking a leap on it. This is something I have wanted to do for a really, really, really long time. I mean, I started as a teacher in education, and I wanted to make curriculum books. I didn't want to write the content. I don't have any desire to be an author, but I like the visual layout of things, and that's something, I can't tell you how many planner templates I have on my computer that I was like, I don't know, maybe someday I could do this, and I never had that confidence to just say, yeah, other people might be able to utilize this. And it's so I just thank you for the confidence you guys have given me, for your responses, for your encouraging words, for spreading the word. I just blown away. And just with all the stuff that's been going on this week, I know I've been super behind in my viewing. But I did want to say thank you to Stitcher Mel. I know she was able to figure out a way to print out her planner half-sized. So she's also doing a disc-bound system, and she does a little walkthrough on her channel. I'll link her channel below, where she shows how she printed it out half-size and what she used, and kind of talked about that. Also, thank you to Caroline off the grid. Thanks for purchasing and giving a little bit of a glimpse of it. Kia V, thank you so much too. So again, I'm behind in my watching, so just let me know if you've talked about it. I'll definitely be able to link you guys and get the word out. It's so nice to be able to see how other people are setting them up. I want to pull my mom's down because it's interesting. Her and I sometimes I'll see her the way she takes notes or does paper, and I just look at her and I'm like, how are we related? Really? I don't understand. We are very, very similar in so many ways, and then I see her doodle and I'm like, that puts me, that makes me so anxious. So So, so I want to pull her planner down just because I like to see how people are, like, I know how my mind works, but it's neat to see how other people can use these things to work in conjunction with how theirs do. So if you've been able to show anything or have any other ideas of how you're setting up, it'd be awesome to be able to give some more feedback to people that are thinking about it as well. So because I know not everybody's head works like mine, but thank you guys so much. So that's been a biggie in my world this week. Have stuff kind of all over. I have been stitching. I did not end up. My goals for December, I thought were going to be to finish as much as I could finish before January. Now I think I'm just done with caring about racking up my finishes for 2019. I'm really excited about getting some major finishes in 2020. I just haven't been able to get motivated to swap around a lot. So I'm working on, I only have 2 projects really to show that I've put any stitches in on. But I wanted to go through a couple of other things before I get to my stitching. So my plan for today is I have a little bit of stitchy mail, purchase or 2, and I'm going to show you my stitching, and then I'm going to talk about my plans for stitching until January 1st. That's my goal. So, happy stitching mail. I got a Christmas card from Lindy Stitches. It has this adorable little Christmas pattern on it that she is releasing as a freebie, I believe. That says "Sprinkle Christmas Kindness." So thank you, Stephanie. I have plans to have Christmas cards, but they may end up being New Year's cards because I kind of failed at life this year. So I have an idea. Getting a little late for there to be just ideas in my head, though. I kind of have to make things happen. Other purchases that I did, Michelle Bendy, she opened up a PDF store on Etsy as well. So her patterns, she's released a couple new ones. Those are not available on her Etsy store yet. They are going to be out with the shops, and once the next kind of cycle comes through, she'll release things onto the Etsy store. So after they've had a chance to be out in the shops, then they will go to her store as PDFs. So I picked up one of her older ones, the Stitch Always. That bird, I just love them. And she's got the Snowbird now that's out, and so that's next for me to purchase. But you should check her out. I'll link her shop below as well. Another purchase. This one, so when I did Stitch Mania this year, I did that with Allison. And Allison and I did those 50, she did 50 normal starts. I did 50 smalls or minis. And so, we've been going back and forth for a long time. And she has just recently opened up a store. And she is doing, it's called It's Charm School. And it's needle minders. It is keychains. It is magnets, a whole bunch of things. So if it can be, you can pick what design you want, and then she'll put it on any of the types of ways you want it displayed. So I love needle minders, but I don't use them when I stitch. So I was so excited when I saw that there were options for things other than just needle minders. And I'm trying to figure out how I can utilize needle minders more in my stitching. I kind of put them on my magnet board, so I do have a few that I do, and I think I'm going to start a collection just because I feel a little left out that I don't get to have one with all my projects. So I got this in the mail from her, and I had ordered a couple things. I'm going to link her shop below because, first of all, her product is incredible. Second of all, the packaging that it came in, I got this little thing in the mail. It's the cutest package. I open it up, and there are and these cute little envelopes, all of these things in there. And I'm like, I ordered 2 things. What is she doing? So she sent over some more things for me and for Brandon, which was so, so sweet. So I'm just going to open them up so you guys can see what I got. So this was one of the ones that I had purchased. It's a little mint. Oh, see, I'm in the way. Little mint video game controller. And I mean, the quality is incredible. Her pictures that she does are fantastic. And There's just so much like thematic about her store. It is the cutest thing. And like you get these and it says, you know, you're a charm school graduate, you know, so congratulations. It's just, that's so cool. Like it's themed. Hi, could that speak more to Jen's heart? So that was one of my things. She sent over this. It is a like Nintendo controller, and this one's a needle minder, so it's got the magnets on the back with this cute little button on the back. And these little envelopes, like the thought of packaging is just, she's amazing. Look at this one. It's a whale, and it's like gold. And it's like my teal on the inside. And it's another needle minder. So I've got my magnet on the back with the button. I love it. Another keychain. It's a little fox. So excited to have him on my keys. And again, cutest little packaging. She sent over a package of tons and tons of stickers that just scream Jen and speak to my heart. Like, for instance, this whale is amazing, and this fox. So, bunch of goodies here in the cutest little envelope. I felt so, like, special opening this up. She sent over a little card that says, well done about graduating. You've passed charm school. So you can take a picture and kind of show all your stuff. I haven't gotten this up on Instagram because I wanted to unpack it on here with you guys. And then I got a package for having been an order placer. I think one of the early orders. And look at this whale pin. Oh, sorry. There was lots of confetti. It says, I whaley love you. It's going on my purse. And just some other little goodies. She's so sweet. So I'm going to link her shop. Her stuff, her product, it's incredible. And got here super fast. Yeah, so definitely check her out and get some goodies. I know she released a needle minder specific to Michelle Bendy's last design that came out, the Hildy one. So definitely check it out and see if you can support and pick some up because they're amazing, amazing quality. Everybody is so talented. I'm not artistic at all. I'm crafty. I'm not artistic. So I think that's all my purchases for that. I mean, some of my new starts are charts and fabrics and things like that I've gotten. Trying to think what else I've done. So like Craft Gallery does stitch-in days, and so we went to their Christmas party. So got to hang out with a bunch from the Craft Gallery. Paula got us these amazing mug things that you can put by your stitching spot, and I'm gonna have to pause and get mine from upstairs because I left it up there so I can show you. There are a couple I think available at the shop for purchase, so if it's something that you might be interested in, they're so cool because it's a mug, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and you can fill it with stuff. So if I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to go get mine, and then I will show it to you. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is the mug, and so all of them there were a lot of different fabrics. It's made by Crafts from the Heart by Lori, and so there's all these little pockets. There's like organizers in here so you can put things and be able to find them and sort them and not have them all lost in a mug. It comes with a little needle book so that it's got, little felt for your needles. And it has a little pin cushion on the side. It's adorable. And so like when Paula showed it to us, she had hers there and she was like, I fit all of this stuff in here. And it's just this mug. So when you don't have a lot of space near you, it's awesome. So that was a lot of fun. I had a little mini meltdown with Paula at the end of the thing where I was like, I can't tell you what your shop has been to me this past year because kind of like you guys on here, like it's just been a rough year. And I am so thankful for the stitching community, both in person and through the internet. So So I did that. I think that's maybe all the stitching stuff I've done, like not in my house sitting and stitching. I started the month, and my first letter, I really wanted to finish this. I have this chart going to someone, and so I'm trying to get it done so I can just get it off to them. It is a primitive needle hollow game board. I picked it up. Cheryl passed it on to me through her group, and I am loving this piece, but it's a lot of stitches because the game board's full coverage, so I'm getting through. I'm all the way down to the bottom of the game board, so I just have the other blocks to fill in, and then the bottom is just a mirror of the top. So I love this piece. And I kept the piece of fabric really large because I didn't trust myself to cut straight. So I'll cut it when it's done. Normally I don't like to work with fabric larger than what I'm working with. So I put a bunch of stitches in on that. It was one of my letters on the acrostic. I haven't gone back to the acrostic. Then I tried to figure out the acrostic just with the one piece that I've been like working on nonstop. And I couldn't figure out all the letters. So December acrostic might be a wash for me. I might not do it. I'm gearing strong for January. This piece has been calling me all month. I really was like, I'm going to finish things. And I would stand at my whip baskets going, okay, what can I work on that I'm going to finish? And I would grab this every time. I can't finish this year. Like, that's not going to be something that happens. I understand that I am not that insane. However, I really want to have it finished for 2020. It is my U for my year-long challenge that I'm trying to sort out. I am also compiling my list for Year of the Whip. I don't know that I'll have something to fit all of the monthly sales, Melanie, but I'm going to make my list of whips, and I'm going to try for a lot of finishes because I think I can tie them into a lot of the things from my alphabet challenge too. So I've got one of my U's for soulful stitching. If you haven't checked out Year of the Whip yet, Melanie has a great group over on Facebook, Soulful Stitching. You should definitely check it out. She is very encouraging. It is tied with Stitch from Stash this year, and I will link that group as well. I participated in Stitch from Stash 2 years ago, and I've decided it needs to happen again this year. So I have more patterns purchased, not started. I have more patterns purchased and started than I'm ever going to be able to stitch. So I need to like kind of rein it in a little bit. That being said, I am not going to stop buying things. So, yeah. But this piece, a peacock, a unicorn, a badger, it is so out of my typical what I stitch. I do not know what it is that has called to me, but I love everything about it. It is done on 40 count. I'm doing it on 40 count. You can do it with silks or DMC. I am DMCing it. I started this with the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher for her birthday in July, and I just love it, and I don't know why. I mean, it's beautiful. It is. I love that aspect of it. It's just not type of stitching that I typically do. It is full coverage. I mean, it's not full coverage like I hate is full coverage with all the confetti stitching, but you know, the green background is all stitches. So I toyed with at the beginning getting like colored fabric and doing it on that. Decided no, I didn't want to. I really liked how, you know, the texture it would give it. Not having it be on the fabric and doing it all myself. So I don't honestly know if this would be feasibly be a finish for 2020. But I love it. I just really do. I have, last I showed it, I think I had some of the bird, like maybe the outline of the peacock done. And like I was working down here maybe, I don't know. But I wanted the body of the unicorn in. And I felt like the best way to do that was to kind of give myself some of the outlines here to make sure that I was getting, this feels a lot like coloring because there's a lot of outline work and then you can just fill in. So it can be very mindless, which I really like. So I think this is going to probably be my traveling piece too, because especially with the green background, like you don't really have to think about it when you're doing it. I'm trying to outline the motifs as I go, only because I don't want to save it all till the end, because I think I'll get bored and then stop. I don't know. I love it. So the water, that's something to talk about. The water is charted to be satin stitches and not X's. I haven't decided yet. So I'm gonna, at some point I will make that decision whether I'm going to attempt satin stitches. I don't think I am. I don't think I'm gonna like it being like different textures. So I think it's just gonna be X's. But that has had a ton of my focus this month. You know, between getting the planner ready and that kind of stuff, like my head's kind of been everywhere. And it's been nice to kind of just sit down and not have to think about what I'm stitching, I guess. Just try to get it done. So I've been working on that hardcore. This morning I switched it up a little bit because I have some Christmas gifting that I needed to do. And so I'm going to show that to you. I have one of the examples here. I don't think the people that are receiving these watch this, but if they do, they're going to be a little surprised. I did this backwards. Hold on. It is not fully finished yet. It just is kind of close. I just don't have it hot glued. So I decided for my coworkers that I was going to do the It's You I Like. This was put out by Bendy and Diana. It is Kismet. And it is based on a Mr. Rogers song. And I work with educators. So, and with early childhood. So, we are all very familiar with the principles of Mr. Rogers, and especially now with all the movies and things. But like, we have a training coming up, a Fred Rogers training. Like, so I felt like it was very relevant to my community, and I have enjoyed meeting these girls so much. So I have a really great team of people at work that has been wonderful. So I decided I was going to stitch them each the It's You I Like, and putting it together with a little pack of homemade hot chocolate. Homemade hot chocolate mix, guys. It's like the best. I'll link my recipe below. It's so easy. It's just powdered milk, creamora, powdered sugar, Nestle Quick. 4 ingredients. And I put it in a Ziploc bag, mix it all up, and then got hot chocolate mix for the year. So I'm giving them some of that with a little tin mug that I picked up. I stitched these on 36 count, and I got these frames at Hobby Lobby. I was going to put some jute around it, and it's kind of, I have to pick off some of the hot glue that I kind of ruined it with, because I didn't like it when it was on the board. And so I haven't decided if I want anything else on it, around it. I'm very, very minimalistic. My mom and I, when I was talking about doing this, she was like, well, we could fray it, but I'm very linear. So I decided I didn't want that. So very simple, Hobby Lobby, very inexpensive, little chalkboard things. I'm happy with how they turned out. So I'm going to spread some stitching love in my office. They've been very supportive with like when I like just lose my mind and start talking about cross stitch, because that's how I regain my sanity. I'm like, you guys must think I'm nuts. Now they get some cross stitch of their own. So that's been this morning. I have a bunch of them upstairs. There's a team of like 5 of us. So, a few more upstairs to finish. And, then when I'm done with all that, I can get back to stitching. But first, hot chocolate mix. Really good, really great recipe. So what am I going to be stitching? So I'm pretty much now, plan is to continue on Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger until Christmas Day. Christmas Day, I am doing a new start. And I'm going to be starting Merry Xmas. This pattern has been in my stash since I got back into cross stitch when I met Brandon. I picked it up at the Waynesboro shop in Virginia, Cross Stitch Junction or something like that. There's something about a train, I think. I don't know. It's a cute little shop. It's a great little shop. I picked it up then. She kitted it up for me, and she gave me a fabric. So she did a conversion. So I have like different colors, threads on the back. And I had never, I was out of stitching. I was a stitcher before, like I knew how to stitch, but I had never used hand dyed stuff or any of the fabrics. And I believe the fabric that she got me for this was Dolphin by Weeks Dye Works, and I couldn't do it. So that was I put it away. I didn't like it. I couldn't do it. I've since passed that piece on. Those of you that have heard me talk, Weeks is just, I'm really excited to try their new base because I love their colors so much, but I can't get my tension right because it's just a much looser weave, the stuff that I have. So I believe rumors I've heard are that they're dyeing on Zweigart now. So I like Zweigart. So hopefully that'll work. So starting this finally after almost 10 years, I'm starting it on December 25th. And I picked up, so I'm doing it now with the called for silks. It's called for Belle Soie. And I picked those up. My mom, this was one of my early Christmas gifts. And I'm going to be stitching it on a piece of 36 count dapple by Picture This Plus. So I couldn't find anything. It's called to be done on Thunderstorm by Zweigart, which is a little darker than this, but I wanted the gray. So I'm hoping that the white will be okay on this. We're going to try it and see. But that's my plan for Christmas Day. Also my letter X, but the colors are really pretty. So like this tulip, the dress, or the suit, it's not even the dress. The suit is in this tulip. It's gorgeous. So it's oatmeal, icing, cotton candy, which is very pink, and black crow, old crow, and a green from NPI. So first venture with these kind of silks, and I'm excited. So that'll be Christmas while I'm drinking Sneaky Pete's. Has anybody ever had Sneaky Pete's? It's really good. It is alcoholic. And it sneaks up on you. That's our Christmas tradition, is to stay in pajamas and drink Sneaky Pete's. So won't be whining it that day. Then for January high tea, I am going to, not January high tea, December high tea, which is the 29th, I believe. I'm going to start hibernation day. I love this. Blame Emily. I love this piece, and I've loved it for a really long time. So I feel like it's like describes a perfect day for me, like perfectly. I love the snap of winter air and snowflakes on my face. How snow drifts make the world disappear without a trace. I'll take a day dressed in pajamas in a room without a view. If I can spend the day curled up next to you, let's have a hibernation day, me and you. Pretty much if that's how I could spend every day of my life, I'd be happy. So I'm going to start this. I don't have the thread. I don't have the fabric yet. I don't know what I'm going to stitch it on. So we'll figure that out before December 29th. I know that Caroline has switched the high tea plan for 2019 or 2020. I can't get my years right. Can't get my dates right. I'm all over the place. Sorry, I had a momentary lapse. She's switched the plan a little bit for 2020, but I'm going to stick. So my plan for high tea is for those months that I didn't get a start in on 2019. So I don't think I started anything for January or February or August. I am still going to do a traditional high tea start on those the last Sunday. But I believe going forward for the official high tea plan, she's doing 4 starts on 4 specified dates. I know January 1st is a date. I want to say April, October. I'll have to get the dates. But I want to do it again. So I'm definitely going to limit my starts, but I don't want to totally not start anything new. So I have a whole plan for my madness. I don't know what I'll do about Mania. I'm not starting 50 things again, Allison, so don't even think about it. But yeah, so that will definitely be my plan. And then my plan going forward will be, those will be my monthly focus pieces, and I won't do a new start to replace them until they're finished. Does that make sense? So nothing about an hour. I am just combobulated because of my camera not working. So I said that I was not going to start any new big things in 2020. I said that. And then I'm still a sucker for joining all the sales. So Diana can pretty much rope me into doing anything. So can Amy. So when they join their forces, there's like really no way that I'm going to be able to say no. So they said, we're going to stitch this January 1st, Quaker Seasons of Friendship. And I looked at it and I said, I love that. And the only Quaker I really have right now is my Christmas one that hangs up at Christmas. I say that, but it's not even hanging up yet because I fail at life. And I love it. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So January 1st, I'm going to start this. I got this pattern from Dying to Stitch. They shipped it out. They were awesome. Highly recommend giving them a call if you are interested. It's a biggie. It is 440 by 250. I am so excited about it. So I decided to do it on 40 count pecan butter by Lakeside Linens. Got a big piece of it. And I'm going to use Otter Creek by Gast. I think it'll look really pretty. Yeah? I think the color's not really true. It's very green. It's kind of, my lighting down here is horrible, and we have the ring light and I really try, but it's still not great. But Otter Creek, I've not used before, so I'm really excited to stitch with it. And I'm super excited to start this. I do have like a love with Quakers. So I am a sucker and said, yep, count me in. So that's what's been happening in my world. Those are my plans for the next couple weeks. I did say in my last video I was going to do a like year recap video. So I'm going to be getting that around. I am off work starting the Tuesday before Christmas. So I think my goal is that week to decompress, have a little time. I'm hoping maybe the weekend before all of that happens, because I just have to work that Monday, and be able to just get it all set up, hopefully iron some of the finishes. My plan is I'm going to go through and show you everything I stitched on or that was in my whip rotation since starting 2019. So I will show you the things that were already in my piles as whips prior to 2019, and then I will show you chronologically as I started throughout the year. So we'll have finishes and starts, and I think I still have most of the things. If I don't still have them, I will put a picture in, and yeah. I, again, thank you guys so much for all of your encouragement with the Etsy shop. I am going to be hopefully adding some things to the store. My whip ball cards that are behind me, that template is one of the things that I'm hoping to get up there. Also, the project cards, they will not be an editable file, but they will be that you can print them out and write on them if that's something that you are interested in. I don't have any near me, but they're my project cards that I print out. So I'm hoping to get those things in the shop, and also starting to kind of work on some more organizational things that I'm going to be utilizing and that may be of interest to other people to organize their thoughts. I'm also going to be doing a Whole30 come January. I figure if I tell enough people about it, I can't cheat out of it. So I'm going to be doing up my packet of what I'm going to use to organize my thoughts for Whole30ing, so might have that available too. We'll see. So trying to keep it a little shorter today. I don't know if I succeeded or not, because this is in a couple different video shots. And yeah, I hope that you guys are doing well, that you are finding your calm and making X's. And thank you again for all that you are to me, and for the wonderful community that I am so grateful to be a part of. So keep making those X's.